MAKAVELI in this Illuminati, all through your body. The blows like a 12-gauge shot.
They call them fake, today is hate, real's extinct. Pac left me inside a rap world with that wink. And other rappers undercover and spit every way.
You know, I remember coming in the game when Big was coming in the game, and we talked about making it happen, and Raekwon and Wu-Tang, and we talked about making it happen, and we were just underground artists at the time. And when it started to happen, our whole world's changed, and we couldn't spend as much time as we would like to. And then I saw certain dudes start hanging around Biggie after he blew up, trying to pull from his energy, but they never were there back in a one-room shack on Fulton Street where we used to hang and smoke and chill out.
Flow infinitely like the memory of my Biggie, baby.
And I see a lot of phoniness occur over the years. A lot of artists never met Pac, never drunk a bottle of Henny with him, never said, "I love you, brother," to him, never looked in his eyes. You know, my relationship with a lot of these artists was based on a mutual respect thing and not just trying to juice their energy. You feel me? So when I see a lot of other artists that never knew Pac, who never knew Big before he had money, it's funny to me.
Well, you know, God bless that man. You know, I never, we never met each other.
Okay, hot hole, too hot to hold. Ladies love me long time like Tupac soul. And it won't be that, oh no, it won't be that. I don't be at places where we comfy at with no biatch.
Only Gab can do it like this. Yo, YouTube, what up? It's your homie Gab, I'm in the building. And this is MAKAVELI Media. How y'all feeling out there, alright? Yo, dig this. We all know the history of Sean Carter versus Nasir Jones. That's Nasty Nas versus the Jigga Man. We know the backstory, how Jay-Z was always a fan of Nas. He wanted Nas on a couple albums. Nas was popping. Jay-Z was kind of on the verge of popping, trying to pop on the underground tip. And Nas kept egging him. Jay would call Nas or call MC Search and try to get a feature with Nas and leave track space open for Nas to spit bars on it. Nas wouldn't show up to the studio. Long story short, some personal animosity grew between the two. He had a vendetta. Nas was having some issues with his baby mama. He started seeing other people. He was cool with it until she seen Jay-Z behind his back. Things bubbled below the surface, didn't bring it to the forefront until Jay-Z made the song The Takeover, put stuff on blast, what he did with Common, Nas' baby mama again. And then, you know, a few months later, Nas dropped Ether, and the rest is history. Now, in between that, let's go back. Nas had several recordings where, you know, like the last real nigga alive, when he ran down the whole history, how he was running behind the scenes with Wu-Tang Clan before the RZA had formed Wu-Tang, and he was running with Biggie before Puff got Bad Boy. And he also talked about how Jay-Z started to flow like them, you know, and got on. See, Jay-Z was a tongue twister at first. Nas and Raekwon had more of a slick street style. Jay-Z adapted that and found, you know, more success than when he was tickety tongue twisting. So Nas didn't really look at Jay-Z like a true peer. Because a lot of times, if people come to you, you know, with open palms or on bended knees, sometimes people see their self in the position of superiority. So even if Jay-Z was on Nas's level, talent-wise, or any other way, the fact he was reaching out to Nas made Nas feel, you know, superior over Jay. But, you know, Biggie took Jay in, both being Brooklyn guys. And, you know, Jay-Z had a reputation from click jumping. I know you might have heard Nas saying on Ether, you went from Jazz to Kane to Big to Irv. These are all the different crews Jay-Z was running to when he was trying to get on. So once again, Nas ain't really respecting his gangster, because now he watching him go from click to click. You hear people like Biggie say, got paid off my flow, rhyme with my own click. See, that was big back then. Get paid off my flow, rhyme with my own click. Took trips to Cairo, lounging with your chick. You know, loyalty was always big, and it still is to this day. It should be anyway. So Jay-Z is going from click to click. And, you know, Biggie took him in, and, you know, he kind of helped Jay-Z get his thing off the ground in so many words. Jay was doing his thing on the street tip, but like I said, you know, Biggie kind of like gave him that launch pad that Nas didn't. So he sampled Nas' voice on Dead Presidents. Somehow for presidents to represent me, get money. How fitting, right? I'm sure Nas wasn't thrilled about that, but that's how it went down. But needless to say, man, I mean, years later, Nas would actually go on and partner with Jay-Z and sign a Def Jam after that long feud they had, one of the hip-hop's biggest feud. Jay was actually able to get Nas to come over to Def Jam. So a lot of people say, well, Nas might have won the battle, but Jay won the war. Well, how many of y'all be willing to turn down $13 million? Huh? Because that's what he gave Nas, a $13 million deal, straight up cash, to come over to Def Jam. And he partnered with Nas. Nas left Columbia to come to Def Jam because Jay partnered with him. So Jay was a boss, but he wasn't really his boss. But Nas got 13 mil off of it. And from the outside, they appear to have a pretty decent friendship. You know, you see pictures of them laughing and joking. They did music together. You see them hanging out at Puffy's parties and other venues. But my question to you is the respect still there, though? Does Nas respect Jay-Z? Or Nas just saw a financial situation? Does he respect Jay-Z? Does he respect how Jay-Z got on? Does he respect how Jay-Z does his business? I seem to think Nas got a problem with a lot of things Jay-Z do. If you think about it, in that interview right there, he was talking about how basically Jay-Z is, what's the word I'm looking for? Clout chasing off of Biggie and Tupac. That's who he was talking about. The fact that he didn't know Big when Big was poor, but when Big got on, goddamn it, he was right there with him, carrying his umbrella. Or you got all these verses shouting out Pac, you never even met the man. You know, what's up with that? And Nas is like, nigga, I can say I was a friend and an adversary to both of them. I done been in the trenches with both of them. I done had words with both of them. I done shared love with both of them. But you keep throwing their names out there. How that work? Like, you trying to affiliate yourself and your brand with guys you really didn't know. I don't think Nas had too much respect for that, as you can tell. because he felt like Jay-Z was doing it just to get to the top. Just to get to the top of Mount Rushmore, when he felt like the path he took was the harder path, but it was the righteous one, the correct way to go. That's what I believe Nas felt about that. You also, Nas say in Back When, to call them fake today is hate. You know what I mean? Realness extinct. Pac left me inside a rap world with that wink at other rappers.
To call them fake today is hate, real extinct. Pac left me inside a rap world with that wink at other rappers undercover and spit every way.
Now, you can take that verse and go a million ways with it. Look at the culture right now. You know, all these new school rappers that do a lot of suspect activity. They look suspect, they doing suspect stuff. And you could also equate it to the top of the pyramid. Some of these big name rappers, the names come up in all this, you know, strange activities. We're gonna leave it at that. Yeah. Now let's threw that out there. Cause he was saying, man, it wasn't like that when him and Pac was both doing that thing. When Tupac left, it's like, he's saying ain't no more real dudes left, basically. And then the last verse, he said, the last verse I played on the clip, when he said that you let these dudes claim king? You let a dude like this claim king?
It was real when I appeared, it would have been some. I'm so ashamed, man.
Come on, yo, where's the ethics? That's what Nas saying. Where's the code at? You let a dude like this claim to be the king? Y'all co-signing that? That's what it's about now? That's how we doing it? Nas is shaking his head, and he's saying that, you know, Pac would be in disgust. You know, y'all let a guy like that take over the industry or believe he's the king. Now, this ain't no Jay-Z hate. Some of y'all gonna say that I'm hating on Jay. These are not my words. And don't tell me he wasn't talking about Jay-Z in that interview, because he did everything but say his name. That's a fact. Why would he say his name? You know, I guess they cordial now, right? But like I said, that don't mean that he don't respect him. And it don't mean he respect how he got his money. But I'm sure Nas can't knock his hustle, because we all hustlers. Oh yeah, before I get out of here, right? So it was a time where Nas and his, at the time, wife Khalees used to hang out with Jay-Z and Beyonce. Well, last year in an interview, Khalees said that Nas still hate Jay-Z. She was like, oh my God, he can't stand that man. He secretly can't stand him. But he had to shake hands and smile for the photos to get that $13 million check. But is the respect there, though? Yes, I respect you. I respect how you obtained your success. I respect, you know, the route, the path you chose. I respect your talent. I respect you as a businessman. More importantly, I respect you as a man, as a human being. Is the respect there? That's my question for you. And I don't know what it is about Jay that rub dudes the wrong way, but Tupac felt the exact same way about Jay-Z. I don't know what it is. The way Nas secretly feel, or how Nas was feeling, because when Nas did Ether, yo, that was vicious. I mean, the stuff he said about Jay-Z was deep-rooted. No respect at all for him. And, you know, Pac felt the same way. Jay wasn't even, you know, big time yet, and Pac was on his bumper. You heard him. You heard Die Slow and all that other stuff. Couldn't stand him. So Nas tripping watching Jay do Tupac tributes. At least, you know, Nas like, me and Pac had our thing, but it was a mutual respect. Now, you heard Tupac say he had love for Nas. He loved Nas' music. They just had a problem. They clashed at one point in time, But you hear Suge say, Pac was like, yo, when we get home, I'm taking Nas' name off MAKAVELI. I'm gonna put somebody else's name there. Because they talked it out. So they had words, but they always had respect for each other. Tupac respect the hell out of Nas. And Nas called Pac the GOAT. Called Pac a god. But there's something about Jay-Z them dudes don't like. I don't know, y'all. Leave your thoughts in the comment section. Tell me what you think. Did Nas put Jay on blast with the clout chasing Tupac and Biggie? How he built this foundation? Was that the blueprint? I need y'all to share and like this video, y'all. Tupac forever. This your homie Gab. I'm signing off. It's been a pleasure as always. I'm about to hit y'all with the peace.
MAKAVELI in this, Illuminati, all through your body. The blows like a 12-gauge shot.